Folks, and welcome to this little weather segment that I've got for you here for your Tuesday evening. We always start off with the tower cams usually, and we're looking at some clouds out there, mixing with sunshine, mostly sunny now. After the morning fog, which we'll probably see again in the morning, 83 degrees over 65 for a dew point out at AEX. So that 65 dew point is pretty decent here in central Louisiana. It means there's some humidity and some moisture in the air, and of course, we see some evidence of that in the clouds overhead. Now going over into Gina, it's 84 degrees. We still see some clouds there. Still mostly sunny though in that area, and we're also seeing dew points in the 60s there. So the bottom line in this forecast that I'm about to talk about, once again, some fog for your Tuesday morning. I said there'd be 2 mornings in a row. Tuesday morning we'll have some as well. Maybe not quite as widespread or as dense as it was Monday morning, but still, some of you will have a fog issue for the morning. Otherwise, rain and thunderstorms will return to the forecast, and I did raise a little bit of a severe awareness for one of the days this week. We'll talk about that in the 7-day forecast. And right now, not much happening here across the area, just those clouds and fog we saw this morning. The dry line becoming active there across the southern plains, all the way from southwest Texas, all the way into portions of the Corn Belt there. So this is the cold front part. Then the dry line kind of extends this way. It's not really like this drawn here. It kind of extends this way. And so that convergence along the dry line of its moisture boundary is creating those storms out in that direction. We're safe from that. That's going to be okay for us. So Futurecast, our high resolution model, indicating that we don't have any weather there, some of the fog and some moisture there. And then going into Thursday morning, about 6 a.m., we're starting to see a rain chance come back into the area and then back further to the west. This model, this is the HRRR model, HRRR, one of our more reliable high resolution models that allows for the convection of development of convection. So here's an organized system out in Texas, East Texas there by 6 a.m. Thursday. Now don't take this too literally. This is just an idea. Some of the other models aren't really in support of this, but this is kind of a scenario that I'm going to be watching for you as we go into later Thursday morning. That system comes into central Louisiana and pushing eastward fairly quickly. You know, there'll be a high wind threat with that. And then once we go into the remainder of the forecast there, even behind that, there's still some instability left over. So we may see a little bit of a second wave or at least hit and miss showers and thunderstorms behind it. So that's a scenario to be aware of. The bottom line is, though, by Thursday, we'll see rain and thunderstorms back in the forecast. So between now and then, for tonight, once again, a seasonable night. 59 is where we should be for this time of year. Tomorrow morning's date, I'm forecasting an average of 61 with a range of about 56 to 64 here across central Louisiana. So that kind of morning is going to be similar to what we had this morning. And then Wednesday's highs, typically we see 82 degrees. And of course, the record 94. We'll try to keep those 90s out of the forecast if we can for a while. I'm going mostly the upper 80s for Wednesday with an average of about 88. But some of you will be as cool as 85, and some of you, a few, will hit 90 for the day on Wednesday. Not many, but some of you will. And I'll throw this little rainfall pattern graphic in, about 10 to 20% chance of rain, maybe the better chance. I got 20% over there in Beauregard and Vernon Parish just in case, and 10% elsewhere. Got to keep the forecast covered because there could be a few showers in and around the area. Less than a quarter inch if you get anything. It'll pretty much be PM timing. So here's a 7-day forecast going into that. The AM fog again, Wednesday morning, 20% chance of rain. I'll just outline that, high of 88. Lower temperatures on Thursday during the day, kept down by clouds, showers, and some thunderstorms. And I did raise a little severe weather awareness there for you, put a question mark with it. The Storm Prediction Center, last time I checked, wasn't out with any outlook for us. It's keeping it all to the west of us. But that new scenario from the HRRR model is kind of concerning. Going into Friday, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, 68 and 79 for your temperature readings. Of course, some decent rains are going to fall again those days. Thursday, for example, I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 to 2 inches in some locations, and Friday again, that could happen. By the weekend, though, the rain begins to scatter out across the area. We begin to warm up during the day, 82 to 84 for your highs. I've got a little front coming into the area. What's going to happen is it will just kind of bleed into the area probably by Sunday and then wash out as the weather pattern to the west and north of us brings return flow back into the area. And there's some semblance Monday and Tuesday as we continue that warming trend. There's some high pressure aloft may try to build in. And so we're pushing temperatures to a high of 86 on Monday. Tuesday's low 70, that's early June. And then 88 for a high on Tuesday. And I'm afraid maybe even a warmer weather afterwards. So we'll continue to watch that in the long range forecast that we give here at SinlawWeather.com. And that is your 7-day forecast details coming up over the next week. Thanks for being with me. Nick Mickles will see you in the morning, and I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, evening.